The other thing that you'll realize is I get very dried mouth. So in the front rows, you're going to see some horrible things. I apologize. For you at the back, you're going to see that I'm drinking a lot of water. Now, before we start, I have a couple of things to ask. This has already been asked today and this week. Is it okay if I swear? Good, good. Now, the other people that have done that have said no swear words. My mother knows that I'm going to drop a lot. So I hope that doesn't offend you. For those of you here that have seen me before, can you just give me a little bit of a chiro wave? So we see a couple. You guys will realize that today I'm going to tell you things that if you listen and if you implement will change your practice. These last 2 days we've had some phenomenal speakers. Some speakers that have hopefully inspired you, that have created that feeling of they know me, and then have educated you for things that you can implement on Monday. And that's the same thing I'm going to do. We're going to chat about how important words are and how important communication is. Now, we're going to start to think just about 2 words. Spectator or participator. And you guys are going to make a decision. I get you for 45 minutes. It's nothing. I can assure you, if you're a spectator, you might find a couple of funny jokes. It might be a nice little talk. In a week, 2 weeks, it will have made fuck all difference in your life. Or you can be a participator. Which one do you want to be? Because when I speak, this isn't about me. This is about what you guys can do on Monday. For you to be a participator, I'm going to ask you to do things. So for instance, if I say put your hands up, guys, we're going to have to be a bit quicker than this, okay? If I say put your hands up, thank you translators at the back. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you to think. That's what really participation is about. We're going to start with a simple question. What would your practice look like if you couldn't communicate? I don't mind if you want to do this with me or you want to do this in a different way, but the best way to do this, just close your eyes. Everyone just close your eyes. I want you to put yourself in your practice. Put yourself next to your table. I want you to imagine that you could not communicate anything. Now I want you to detach yourself from that person. I want you to walk through your office. I want you to see everything. I want you to feel everything. What difference would your practice look like if you couldn't communicate anything? What difference would there be? I want you to get back into that body. I want you to again feel how it feels to not be able to communicate anything. And hopefully, as you open your eyes, I will be ready to click through these slides. There we go. When you were looking through your offices without being able to communicate, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you think you would be serving more people. So you think that by saying nothing and communicating nothing, you would serve more people. That's what she said. You know, it's a great saying. Give me a thumbs down if you know the reality is if we could say nothing, communicate nothing, you'd serve less people. The reality of this is we've had incredible speakers up here speaking about this wonderful thing of innate intelligence. But as chiropractors, you have to deal with educated if you want to deal with innate intelligence. Nobody wakes up and goes, chiropractic time. If it did, none of us would be here. We'd be too fucking busy. So we've got to deal with that incredible thing of educated. We've got to be able to explain this thing, to move people, to create change. And ultimately, we need to educate them. Because educated people make educated decisions. And the educated decision is to do what you already do. And that's to use this incredible thing called chiropractic. It's a cliche. We've all heard it. When you get the big idea, it's hard to have a small practice. What I've seen in practices around the world and chiropractors that serve a lot of people and change their communities is when you get the big idea, you stop talking small. You educate the people in front of you. You create understanding. And it isn't a magic journey. All of a sudden, people come to you and they stay. In chiropractic, I am very fortunate. I get to work with some incredible practices and coach with some phenomenal chiropractors. And I've seen this play out 1,000 times. We start to have a practice that grows. For those of you who didn't know, there is a reality that you can get new patients without Facebook. But now, it's easy. Great Facebook promotion, the practice goes up. Stop the Facebook promotion, what happens to the numbers? That gap there, that's the communication gap. And I truly believe, see and know that as chiropractors, we have this incredible thing, but we just don't tell anyone. We don't tell anyone. And that gap between where your practice is now and where you want and you know it needs to be is the communication gap. So we're going to walk through that. But I'm not an idiot. In fact, let's start again. Let's go back to, there was a moment that you knew that you wanted to become a chiropractor. When you had that moment of knowing that you wanted to be a chiropractor, put your hands up if it was, I want to become a chiropractor so I can communicate and talk to lots of people. Really? I mean, this is nice. You guys are my guys. I know what it's like. You became a chiropractor because you want to adjust people, you want to change lives, you want to change communities, and let's be honest, make a good living doing it. You didn't do it because you wanted to communicate and have to talk about chiropractic. But the reality is, that's sparkling water, that's the reality. The reality is, if you communicate more, communicate clearer, you get to do all of the other stuff more. And the practices that I work with, they know this, and the results speak for themselves. It's a truly, truly beautiful thing. You've got to have some great quotes in a talk. I'm not going to read them to you, you can read. Communication is what cuts us apart. I know that there's going to be somebody in here who goes, whales talk? Yeah, I know, but I don't know many practices that see whales, so we're just going to chat about humans. And as humans, we love communication. It's things that change your lives. And within your personal lives, you already know that communication is important. You know that words are important. As humans, isn't it nuts? You can't remember your shopping list, but you remember the words of that song when you were 10. Isn't it crazy that you can remember the poem, but you can't remember who's coming in tomorrow? There are moments in life that your communication changes the perspective of your life. I learned this the wrong way. In fact, just a show of hands, who here is in a loving relationship? I want you to go back. I want you to imagine that you're sat alongside of your loved one. I had this moment. It was a lovely romantic moment. They looked at me. I looked at them. She said for the first time, I love you. There was a response that you guys in relationships know that you say back. The response is, I love you too. And I said, thank you. The way that you can communicate changes the perspective of your life. It changes the trajectory of your life. Other things within your personal life. Who has kids? You remember the first words? Two of my best friends, they've got a beautiful daughter. She's starting to babble a little bit. It's a beautiful thing to see the competition between the two of them. I've never heard my best friend Paddy say the word dada as much as he is at the moment. We get text messages on the way to his house to say, just whisper in her ear, I gotta be first. Words matter hugely within your work, in your personal life, and words have immense power. There are whole industries built on this. Self-development. Who likes self-development? This is what ChatGPT sums it up to. The words that you say to yourself create your ideas. Those ideas then become your beliefs, and those beliefs become actions. One of my favorite sayings is, if you spoke to your friends the same way you spoke to yourself, you wouldn't have many friends. Fuck. But this is true in most things, if not all things. The words that you use shape your ideas, your beliefs, and action. And the fucking mindset is the key. In chiropractic and in your practices, the words that you use shape your actions. Real fucking easy. Who said any of these? Honestly. I think we're lying to ourselves. The classic, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. They dropped that. No, they didn't get it. It's a lovely sentence, but what you're saying is, it was their job. I'm not in control, it's their job. If this becomes your mindset, you're fucked. Really? No patient came into the practice, and I apologize, I said patient. Okay, so how do I get this? No. It's your job to give it. The next one, chiropractic chose me. I appreciate some people are going to disagree on this, but did chiropractic choose you? Having worked with lots of practices, these are the problem people to work with. Because if chiropractic chose them, what are they waiting for? People to choose chiropractic. The last one, chiropractic is my gift. I like numbers, I like spreadsheets. If you ever want to see practices that give shit away, these are the people. The words that you use to yourself will shape your practice. So you need to start to control them and understand them. The clinics that communicate the best, grow the most, serve the most people, change the most lives. Businesses already know this to be fucking true. Who here had the first iPod? You guys, lucky man and women. Steve Jobs, incredible human, possibly, I don't know, great businessman. At the time, the MP3 player existed. People just didn't get it. They came up with a simple saying, 1,000 songs in your pocket. I'm in. Again, some people are going to disagree with this. I quite like a McDonald's coffee. I know I shouldn't have fast food. I like a McDonald's. 2 cheeseburgers, a wrap, and a coffee. It's my airport order. Business analysis has said that 20% of the revenue of McDonald's comes down to a small phrase. Would you like fries with that? The communication that you use shapes everything. And as chiropractors, damn, we are sloppy. Real fucking sloppy. But the reality is, chiropractic's all about communication. Who here hasn't seen this diagram before? That was nice. There's normally one hand. The basic safety pin cycle. At the top, we have what? Guys, you are better than this. What do we have at the top? Thank you, a bit of energy. We have the brain cell at the top, and it sends this incredible, perfect message, crafted in the workshop of the brain by innate intelligence that allows coordination and perfection within the body. That simple message creates perfection and life within us. Chiropractic is all about communication. B.J. Palmer knew this to be true. I'm going to paraphrase a great quote. If you have 30 minutes to adjust a man, take 28 minutes to explain it, 2 minutes to do the adjustment. B.J. was fanatic about this. Because words, communication, ends in action. In chiropractic, and other speakers have gone through this, so I'm not going to spend too much time, the words that we use change the actions that we apply. One side, let's start with vertebral subluxation. Requires skill, accuracy to detect. Misalignment, there. Completely different action. One side we have an adjustment, a specific thrust. This side, manipulation. Who wants to be manipulated? In any sense of the word. The manipulation, hit and hope. The nuts thing with chiropractic is you get lucky. This thing is so good, you can do this and get lucky. One side we have natural. Natural as opposed to supernatural. Chiropractic works within natural law. The annoying thing is that means no chiropractic miracles, but a conversation for another day. This side we have natural as opposed to man-made. Supplements. Barefoot shoes. The list goes on. The words that you use to explain chiropractic and understand chiropractic changes your actions. One side we have retention. Who's still with you after 3 years? This side, PVA, we just count in visits. Visits versus years. Words are important. Communication is important. It's around about now someone says this phrase to me. I'm not going to ask you to play hangman. After 3, give me the first word. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Actions speak louder than words. I feel like this is the chiropractic equivalent of the power that made the body heals the body. Sometimes, possibly, it's not a full sentence. What we really want to say with this is, I like people that do what they say and say what they do. You want a visual representation of this? Some of you saw me last night. I came on this stage and I practiced. For me, this is big. I get an opportunity to impact your practice and impact your actions. I ain't gonna fuck this up. But this would be actions speak louder than words. I've done all my actions. I feel like I'm in the Matrix all of a sudden. I've done my practicing. I come on stage. Please. We know that this isn't true. The other side point of this, can your actions be words? Change your thinking, change your life, change your practice. The other thing is, you guys already know this to be true. Everyone that's been on this stage, what do we have? Actions or words? We got words. All I got is words. You know that words are important because you came to learn. You came to get inspired. As speakers, we want to do 3 things. 3 real simple things. Some people have been incredible at it. Some of the speakers this weekend, honestly, hats off to the organizers. Pull some speakers together that really help create change. The first thing as speakers that we want to do is to create empathy. Empathy. Who here has had the sentence in their head of, that person resonates with me? Empathy. He knows me. He's been through it. Empathy is so important as a speaker because if I create empathy that we're together in this, it's me and you against the thing, not the thing, you and me. And if I create that, I get an opportunity to lead you, to take you to the next step. I've seen this journey. I know what happens next. I'll tell you. And then the last thing we want to do is educate. Because education is the thing that creates change. And chiropractors, on Monday, you get to do the same thing. First visit, create empathy. Simple, right? Then we get them through those onboarding process and we go to the first phase. You guys, do you know the process that you're going to go through with them? Yeah. Take them through the process. Lead them through the process. And then finally, you want people to stay with you 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Educate them. That's all you got to do Monday. Change your practice. Let's delve into these 3. Empathy, to empathize. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Interesting word. That's a feeling. It's not my feeling though, it's yours. There's an incredible speaker, Phil Jones. He says, inside of the brain of every decision maker is a button that is, show me you know me. Press that button, life is good. But this is the feeling of, wow, he knows me. And as humans, isn't it incredible? When you're going through a problem, I'm the only one with the problem. We tell it to ourselves. And yet we find so much comfort in knowing that somebody else is just like us. You need to create empathy, guys. So vitally important. Ooh. A little moment to chat to the person next to you. Empathy is putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. So you're going to do that now. I want you, with the person next to you, to think, what are the people that you serve thinking and feeling as they walk to your practice for the first time? I get 45 minutes, you get 1. Get 1 minute, discuss to the person next to you, what are they thinking or feeling when they're walking to your office for the first time? 3, 2, 1, off you go. Okay. Someone just shout out what you came up with. What are they thinking, feeling as they walk towards your office? Hope. I'd like to think so.
Help me with my problem.
Yeah? Anything else?
Looking nice.
As in I'm looking nice or? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? I'm going to give you guys a wake-up call. They're fucking scared. They don't know what's going to happen. They're nervous and they're anxious. Just do me a favor and search up chiropraktic on Instagram. Would you be scared? This is what they're thinking. Is it going to hurt? Am I going to get naked? Please don't say they do that towel thing. As chiropractors, we've forgotten how nervous and anxious people are when they come into us. And empathy is the fire extinguisher to all of that. The annoying thing is, as chiropractors, like we just found out, we're so nice in thinking what they're thinking on their way to us.
They don't.
They don't. Studies from the medical boards, doing our work for us. Empathy lowers patients' anxieties, distress, and delivers significantly better clinical outcomes. Empathy is key, guys. So important on that first couple of visits. If someone is anxious and nervous, this is what the research says. They can't listen, they can't speak. They have poor thought patterns and they don't want change. So you got to get them out of that. How do we create empathy? Easy ways, mirroring. Who's heard of mirroring? So if we go through this exercise, often when we think of mirroring, we think body language. For instance, everyone sit up straight for me. If I did this, you would do what? If I did this, you would do what? Basic mirroring. You got to think better than that. First thing is you've got to match their energy. If I came on the stage today, hey guys, how's it going? So we're going to talk about communication. You got to match their energy, guys. I've seen it in practices. Little old lady Smith, she comes in, the chiropractor, hey, how you doing? You pressing the show me you know me button, or you telling me I'm completely different than you, and she goes, I don't like different. Match the energy. Second thing, tone. When we speak, we all have a melody. If you match their melody, you will create a harmony. Things start moving forward. The last one, words. The words that you use explain what you think and feel exactly. Chiropractors, though, we hate it. Somebody comes in, they go, oh, I think I've got this tingly wingly thing down my arm. Pins and needles? No, it's like a pins and needles? Use their words. Their words are powerful. It's got to be done. I also, though, like to give you specific phrases. When you get to your first part that you're checking their spine, imagine what they would feel if you just said, wow, Mr. Smith, when this is bad, this must be really bad. I mean, I don't have a long enough hand, but I'm pressing that button. I want you guys to remember this, so we're going to do something fun. We chatted about a mirror. We've got the magic phrase. When I say mirror, you say wow to remember it. Mirror? Okay. We're starting to get a bit more energy. I like it. Easy one. Just think this. If people left your practice after the first time thinking, they got me, you think your conversion would go up? We know it, right? Maybe they have to say that chiropractor gets me before they can say I get chiropractic. Just a thought. The second thing, to lead. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to be quick. I had a great story about my sister's little kid and how you ask him to get changed. You need to lead him through the process. Otherwise, he comes down ready for school with socks on his hands, sunglasses. I mean, there's like a rubber ring. Everything comes down. Interesting word. We can make this more complicated. To lead people, to take them through the steps. Chiropraktic is not an event. It's a process. People need walking through processes. You guys are the specialist in this process. Lead them to the next step. Don't make this complicated. I want to be the leader in healthcare. I want to be this. I want to be that. How about you just lead the person in front of you to the next step? Easy. I'm going to give you a phrase. First of all, we have the mirror. Guys, quicker, come on. The mirror. Thank you very much. To lead, real simple. What happens next? What happens next, Mr. Smith, is we're going to go to the front desk. We're going to get everything booked up so it's nice and easy for you. What happens next, Mr. Smith, is next week we're going to do your revision. We're going to find out how much your function has changed and what we need to do to stabilize it. Just lead people to the next one. So we've got the mirror. This one is nice and simple. I'm pointing at the little boy that I couldn't tell you the story because I'm running out of time. It was real fucking funny, by the way. What happens next? Are you ready to join me? Perfect. Brilliant. You start using that phrase, you will lead people. This here, though, is the magic one. Who here likes the idea of that people come to you and they stay with you for years? We like this? I'm going to tell you the reality. I work with practices around the world and we help grow them. If you go back a year, see 10 people that started with you. Most practices, 4 people are still around. But yeah, we chat about PVA. If you educate people, they make educated decisions and they will stay with you for a long, long time. I spend days talking about this. It's a pretty good seminar, what we teach at the table. I've seen it make dramatic changes in practices. We're going to bring it to Germany because we just got to do it. You guys need it. This is the real world shit. Study commissioned by Adobe across loads of different businesses. They said, when you educate your customers, the lifetime value goes up 34%. You want that? I'm in. Average retention goes up 22%. Return of investment on creating those educational programs, 372%. You don't think that companies invest massively in education? Go to an Apple store. Everyone has a Genius bar. Education. If you don't know how to use the product, you don't use the product. The simplest and most powerful thing that I can teach you in the time that I've got is this. It's small talk equals small commitment. Chiropractors, we love this thing called rapport. If they like me, they'll stay. If that was true, every one of your friends and your family would be under care. Are they under care? Yes or no? Yes, all of your friends and family are under care. Let's not bullshit ourselves. They ain't there because they like you. I'm going to tell you the truth. You ain't that funny. You ain't that great. No one's driving across town to chat to you about the cats, their weather, what the fuck you did on the weekend. They're there to get a service, to be cared for, to understand what they're paying for. No one else is going to do your work. I tried it. Last night, I got my Stevenson's. I slept on it. I didn't pick any of it up. Osmosis doesn't work like that. But yet, as chiropractors, we think, they'll just pick it up. If you don't tell them, they won't hear it. Small talk equals small commitment. Two different ways. I've already gone over the first. You go into offices around the world, we are the specialist in talking about the weather. We are. It's a great day today. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow will be better. What did you do on the weekend? They drove across town. They paid you not to chat about the weather. Chiropractic is the most powerful thing that I know. I think you think that too. So talk about chiropractic. Educate them. I want you to remember this. We have the mirror. We have what happens next. And this one is simple. Small talk equals. Thank you so much. I want to give you the secret though. This is the secret of the busy chiropractor. The secret is the quiet chiropractor hears this and thinks, I don't want to do it. I don't want to start. The busy chiropractor that changes the world, he hears this, thinks the same, and still fucking does it come Monday. It's not easy to start to change. But if you want people to change and you're not willing to change, good luck with that. You need to educate the people that you serve. Small talk equals. Thank you so much. Your reality check. This is a question that everybody I work with, they have to ask their clients it. You want to know the truth of what they're thinking? Fucking ask them. Mr. Smith, when your friends and family ask you, why do you come here? What do you tell them? You start to find out what they're really there for. You'll start to find out what you haven't told them. Is it going to hurt? Yes or no? Yes. Is it going to be a reality check? Yes. Does it mean that you're going to change? Definitely. The reality check for today. Put your hands up if you don't get results with chiropractic. Put your hands up if you can't adjust. People aren't leaving because of those two things. They're leaving because they don't know what the fuck you do. You haven't told them. When we get vertebral subluxation, we end up in dis-ease. When you don't communicate in your practice, it ends in disbelief, disloyalty, discomfort, disservice, distrust. And you guys wanting to build a practice, you're at a disadvantage. I've got 5 minutes left. We're going to run through this. The words that you say impact the people that you serve, whether you think it or not. After the adjustment, What do you say? Because this is the list of shame. Just a little tweak. That was a small one. I mean, some of these, I got this one. I know what they're thinking. What about the other ones? I go into offices, we're more comfortable chatting about barefoot shoes, vitamins, drink your water, don't drink coffee. But they didn't get it. Or you didn't give it. When I chat about small talk equals, if you make chiropractic small, don't think they're going to make it a big part of their life. Not a crazy statement, right? I mean, the tune-up, I'm not even going to start. 5 minutes is not enough to rant about that one. BJ knew this to be true. Biggest practice probably ever. You too can have a clinic as large or larger than ours, or as large as the largest, if you educate the patients to help you build. If I was to stand outside your office and ask everyone that leaves, what did you talk about today? If it's the weather, if it's their cat, if it's what you did on the weekend, don't be surprised that you won't see them in a year. Let's summarize this. First of all, you got to build empathy.
Wow.
It was nice and early, but the mirror, thank you very much. Secondly, you take them step to step. It's as simple as, and then lastly, you educate them. We don't use small talk because it equals. Thank you very much. Before I leave you, I love seminars because of the conversations that happen around the bars. I think you can learn more from the bar than you ever will in the seminar room. If you're a student, buy an older chiropractor a beer, just soak it up. Great conversation. If you were the last chiropractor alive, would chiropractic survive? If you were the last chiropractor alive, would you be working harder? Would you be practicing your communication? Would you be going out there speaking and educating about people? Yeah. Here's the reality. You are the last chiropractor alive for the person that comes in. You fuck it up, they ain't going to see another chiropractor. So it's time for us to step up. Spectator, participator. You want to look at this thing called chiropractic, or you want to participate in it? Participating in the people's lives that you serve to allow them to have more. When you do that, you will have more. Guys, it has been a pleasure to speak to you. One more time, we have the mirror. We have. And small talk equals. Thank you very much. I think I finished on time, Travis, but I feel like you've given me more.